How's it going, everyone? Today we got a story time of a Minecraft kid who tries to summon a creeper from Minecraft with some kind of crazy ritual. This story is absolutely ridiculous. I know you'll enjoy it, so sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel if you are new, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, and with that all being said, let's just jump right into it. So the subscriber is telling me of this guy who we're going to call Timmy. Anyways, yeah, there's a kid back in middle school and his name was Timmy. He was known for having an obsession with Minecraft. I mean, it was borderline unhealthy. Timmy would also just do a lot of kind of just like cringe things. For example, he would, he asked a girl on Valentine's Day if she wanted to be his Minecraft girlfriend. Which, I mean, I've done worse cringe things when it comes to girls, and I'm sure you can find those stories on the channel. And if we hit 700,000 subs before the end of the month, which isn't that hard, I will tell the worst one ever if we hit 700,000 by the end of the month. Anyways, though, sure enough, right, out of all those times, out of all the cringy things Timmy has done, probably or undoubtedly the most insane one was the time back in middle school that the subscriber was telling me about when he tried to summon a creeper using like rituals and stuff in real life. So let me set the scene. So there have been rumors that were starting to circulate. One day the subscriber was in school and there are some rumors that he was hearing about. His friend comes up to him and says, "Dude, did you hear about Timmy?" And when you hear that, you're probably not thinking, oh, did he figure out how to summon a creeper in real life? You don't assume that, right? That's not the thing you assume. However, you probably assume it's like, oh, like something bad happened, or I don't even know. So anyways, the subscriber's like, yeah, what's up? And he said, oh, did you know that Timmy has found out some like kind of like, I don't know if this is true or not. Spoiler, it wasn't. I don't know if it's true or not, but everyone's saying that, Timmy's like drawn up plans for a quote unquote creeper summoning ritual. Apparently he had found some like obscure Minecraft, like some kind of ritual on some like really obscure Minecraft forum. And on this forum, they said, like, it was, like, on, like, the 100th page, right? It's like going to the second page of Google, like, this craziest things ever you'll find on there. But apparently, like, Timmy had been digging on the forums, and he went, like, 100 pages down, and he found some really obscure article or not article, but, like, post that was written by someone. And it had, like, no views, and it had, like, no comments, but it was, like, a very detailed, like, how to, like, summon a creeper in real life ritual. So, obviously, this is a pretty creepy story that circulated around school, and while very clearly not true, I think the kids at the school just genuinely wanted this to be real. Okay, so the subscriber obviously knew that this wasn't true. And the person telling the subscriber also knew that, okay, we can't summon a creeper. But they were also middle school, so a little part of them was like, well, maybe, what if, you know what I mean? And so anyways, the rumor continued to spread, and by the end of the day, every single kid knew about Timmy's plans to summon this creeper. Every single kid. And so anyways, there was a group of kids. I don't want to call them like the bullies. That's not necessarily true. They were a little mean-spirited, but they weren't necessarily going as far as I would call them bullies, right? But these kids thought it'd be pretty funny to encourage Timmy to actually try out the creeper ritual. So, this group of kids goes over, and the subscriber will sometimes hang out with this group of kids. They're fine, like, they're not bullies, right? They're a little mean-spirited sometimes. And the subscriber happened to be with them when they go over to Timmy, and they're like, hey, man, like, we heard that you found, like, a creeper summoning ritual. And Timmy's like, yeah, I did. Like, how'd you guys hear? The kids are like, oh, it's just word on the block. And, we're really excited. We would love to help you in any way. And the Minecraft kid's like, well, it's a really complex process and it's really hard. And there's just like a lot of things I need. And the kids are like, dude, we'll do anything. Okay. So these kids' intention, they were not thinking, oh, okay, well, this creeper, like, oh, let's actually summon a creeper. No, they just thought it'd be funny to see Timmy, like, run around and, like, cast spells and end up doing nothing and kind of embarrassing himself. The subscriber wasn't as big of a fan to, like, basically lead Timmy on or, like, lead him on to believe that they were behind him when, in fact, they weren't going to be, like, they were just going to be laughing at him at the end of the day. But also the subscriber kind of wanted to see the, the ritual in action. So he's like, okay, we'll go along with it. So anyways, Timmy said, okay, guys, here's what I'll need. And this is what the forum said. So the forum said they need a circle of redstone dust. They need a creeper head and 3 buckets of water. So, 3 buckets of water, they'll just get water bottles or something. The creeper head and the redstone dust was when the group of kids were like, anyways, though, so the subscriber said, hey, me and Ben will go to the, the craft store and we'll find quote unquote redstone dust. They're not going to find actually redstone dust, but they'll find something close. Another kid said, hey, I'm going to look on Amazon for like creeper heads and I'll look one up. And then, Drew, you go in and make sure to bring a bunch of water from home. So anyways, the subscriber and his friend went off over to some like craft store or whatever, and they went in and they found like, I don't know, some kind of red dust type. I think it was like red sparkles or whatever. So I know there's going to be one kid in the comment section being like, well, maybe if they had actual redstone dust, then they would be able to summon a creeper. Okay, how are they going to get an actual creeper head when creepers don't exist? Gotcha. Anyways, though, so sure enough, they go to the craft store. They go and they buy the red, I don't know what you could call it. I guess you could call it like the red sparkle stuff, but it's like very finely grained. So it almost seemed like redstone dust, right? Some kid ordered on on Amazon like a creeper head, and a couple days later it got there. And the other kid brought like an entire box of like water bottles from his house, which is probably the equivalent of 3 buckets of water. So now they're at a point where they had all the ingredients necessary. They had all the ingredients necessary to perform the ritual. Finally, the big day arrived. And word spread pretty quickly about the ritual in the first place. So word spread pretty quickly as well that a group of kids had come together and actually had gone out and gotten all the necessary material. And therefore, at recess today, Jimmy was going to be summoning a creeper. So a lot of kids went just to see because it was something to see. Like they didn't actually think that they were going to be able to see a creeper. But there were a few kids who were like, all right, time to go see a creeper. I got to keep my distance though, because if I get too close, it's going to ignite. So yeah, the day had arrived, and Timmy and his friends had actually managed to gather all the necessary materials, and everyone was out there. Like by the time recess came around, Timmy and his friends had all like brought the individual parts they needed. For example, the creeper head had shipped from Amazon. It was like some creeper toy that he just cut so is this the head, right? They had the quote-unquote redstone dust, which wasn't really redstone dust, but whatever, and then also a big thing of water. So the Minecraft kid shows up, and he's like, oh, wow, you actually got all the parts. Let me inspect them. And the Minecraft kid looks at all the parts. And at this point, the subscriber is probably thinking, oh, like, this kid is definitely going to, like, reject it because of, oh, he's going to see the redstone dust isn't actually, like, legit or what. I don't even know, right? Or the creeper head isn't real, even though that's impossible. But the Minecraft kid looks at all this and says, yep, this is exactly what we need. We will proceed with the ritual. So anyways, everyone walked out, and there's already a massive circle of kids waiting. Like, kids were just, like, waiting for this. It was like it was a freaking Justin Bieber concert in 2013. The line was out the door. So the Minecraft kid was meticulous with the whole process, right? Everyone was watching with a bit of, like, anticipation, but also a lot of amusement, just thinking the whole thing was pretty funny, as Timmy carefully laid out the circle of redstone dust. So he basically took the sparkle dust, whatever, made a circle, and then he, like, took out a ruler because he said the creeper head has to be exactly in the center or the ritual isn't going to work. And he goes, like, he's, like, measuring the circle or whatever. Some kids are, like, trying to hold back their laughter. Some kids are, like, very nervously watching because they're like, okay, guys, on the 5% chance that a creeper does appear, what are we going to do? Are we going to run away? Or are we going to try and, like, are we going to try and take it out? Like, what are we going to do, guys? Anyways, though, so eventually Timmy is satisfied with the positioning of the creeper head, and then he arranges the quote-unquote buckets of water at equal intervals around the circle. He basically just puts a bunch of water, kind of like, water bottles. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot the word bottle. Nice. Yeah, he basically puts a bunch of water bottles in a circle. So once everything was in place, he stood back, and he motioned to everyone to, like, quiet down. So everyone kind of, like, quiets down a little bit. They're all just very interested in what he's about to do. And he goes back, takes a deep breath, and it begins to, like, chant. He just chants a bunch of gibberish. Like, he literally is just saying random stuff. Bro is actually reading the enchantment books from Minecraft. Like, what is he even saying right now? So at this point, it was even harder for the kids to hold back their laughter, but all of them tried to because they wanted to see him finish they wanted to see him like finish the ritual because they would get the most amusement out of it, and they didn't want to like end it prematurely. So they're all really trying to hold back their laughter as like Timmy's just like the Minecraft kid. Timmy's just like trying to like it's just basically speaking enchantment table to this like just to the crowd, saying a bunch of random stuff. And here's the thing. So everyone was kind of like at this point was very convinced that it was going to be kind of like a harmless flop in a sense. Like it was going to be absolutely nothing. However, this is where things get really interesting. So, people started to notice that the redstone started to glow. The redstone dust started to glow. And at this point, the subscriber is like, hey, yo, wait a minute. I just went to Michael's craft store and got like some red dust. Huh? Like, what? And so at this point, everyone shut up. Everyone who was like kind of laughing or giggling or whatever, basically making fun of him, has just completely silenced themselves because all of a sudden, something's actually happening. So Timmy's chanting grew louder and louder, and the circle of the redstone dust burned brighter, which is it's not redstone dust, by the way. It's just Michael's arts and crafts. So at this point, the subscriber is actually beginning to freak out because he knows that the whole thing is a bust. He also knows that there's no way it could be true. There's no way it could be true. But then why is it doing this? So yeah, suddenly there was a loud bang, a loud pop, and then all this smoke filled the air. So at this point, most of the kids actually ran out of there because they were scared an actual creeper was going to appear. Real quick, comment creeper down below. That'll be the secret word of the day, and it'll let me know how many people made it this far into the video. And if you use Spotify and you don't already listen to these podcasts on Spotify, first link in description and link in the pinned comment. And finally, going into the summer, we have the binge watch challenge. Basically, comment down below how many videos you watched in a row, how many videos today, how many videos this week, and I'll try and heart a bunch of those. And also, here are some people on screen right now. Thank you to these people, and thank you to you for watching, and let's get back to the story. So yeah, a ton of kids actually cleared out of there. Like a lot of kids like ran away screaming, thinking a creeper was going to be summoned. Other kids were just standing there mesmerized as smoke started to fill the air after the big crackling noise. And Timmy, the Minecraft kid, was like chanting was chanting louder and louder and louder. Okay, so this is basically what happened. Timmy, when no one else was really paying attention, mixed some firework powder into the quote-unquote redstone dust. So when he went down there, he actually had a little, when he did part of the ritual, he went down there with like a lighter when no one noticed. They thought he was just doing some like ritual stuff and actually set that thing on fire. So then it looked like he was just like saying Minecraft enchantment table type language, and the thing just started to explode on its own. So anyways, right, every kid there who was witnessing this quote-unquote ritual was absolutely stunned. Like their amusement at Timmy basically being the butt of the joke was turned very quickly to just being in complete awe. So as the green firework powder like fizzled out, Timmy stood there, grinning from ear to ear. So yeah, maybe he didn't summon a real creeper, but he definitely pulled a pretty impressive trick. And here's the thing, from that day on, Timmy's reputation at the school absolutely changed. He was kind of seen as a little bit of a nerd, a little bit cringy before, but now he was just seen as like the modern day magician. He was just seen as like the coolest kid ever, at least in middle school, right? Yeah, so Timmy became like a legend around the school. And even like the group of kids that the subscriber was in who like initially like egged him on to like mock him were impressed by his stunts. Most people didn't actually, okay, so this is middle school, so actually a good deal of kids thought he actually was summoning the creeper, and they're like, oh my god, if we're not careful, he's gonna summon Herobrine, right? But a lot of the other kids just realized it was a really cool stunt, right? So fortunately for Timmy, one of the kids had actually had a phone on him and was like recording the whole thing. So initially the idea of recording it was to like make fun of him later, but it just turned out to like show the really cool trick. And so the video spread pretty quickly. And Timmy's like fame or what, because like a lot of kids were there for the ritual, but now every kid knew about this stunt he pulled off. So, yeah, Timmy was still a little strange. He was still a little bit cringe, right? A little bit of the Minecraft kid was still in him forever. But his peers began to kind of like appreciate like how creative and dedicated he was. Like that was actually kind of sick. And so Timmy never made the mistake of trying to pull the same trick twice. He never attempted to do that again. And he kind of left that be his legacy. And yeah, still to this day, Timmy is known as the kid who actually summoned a creeper in real life. If you made this far into the video, support the channel by clicking on one of the videos on screen right now. If you're listening on Spotify, listen to another podcast in peace.